have the last 24 hours been like being named second team Big East and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a blessing getting to see me and my teammates just being able to achieve those type of things, having 3 guys on there, and just being able to jump into the second seed in the Big East, which has probably been the most important to me. Just the team success and hopefully being able to go on and win this Big East tournament is what we're most worried about right now. So,
how would you sum up the weekend in your performance? Like it could have been really bad, but it turned out to be really good. How would you give it an overall?
I mean, I would say that I started off the game pretty well with 8 straight points, and then kind of from there I was missing shots that I usually make. Felt good, and then we kind of slipped up in terms of them switching up a couple things on their offensive end, and they kind of adjusted pretty well to our defensive scheme after we went on our initial run. So I think kudos to them for being able to make that type of adjustment, and then we kind of came down to the stretch in the stretch of the game, and I kind of made a dumb foul, and then was able to make up with it with the big shot.
Yeah, what's that like for you? Like, I'm sure it's gone through your mind, practices all the time, but they actually do it in a game. What kind of feeling is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. At first I was more worried about the stupid foul that I had on the other end until the play was called for me. So it was just something that I knew that I said, I knew I was going to shoot that shot, like depending on the way that he was guarding me. But it was just a blessing to be able to be put in that type of situation and be able to make up for something that I did from earlier.
Trey, this week will be a decade since the program's first trip to New York for the Big East tournament. What would it mean to win one?
It'd be great. For me, this would be, if we make it to the championship, my second time out of 3 years, and I think that it'll be big just to get there and win it. I think that it would be great for our confidence and for the way that we want things to be rolling into March and into the NCAA tournament. I think that it would be giving us a great seeding. So, I mean, if we can win this, that would be big for us, and I also think it would be big for the team's camaraderie. So.
No, you made a comment about Cup winning Defensive Player of the Year, kind of what goes through your head. Why do you think the opposing coaches and everybody has such respect for what you're doing?
I think you have to game plan for somebody like that. I think there's not many players in the country that you have to game plan for when you're on offense. And I think that Ryan Kalkbrenner is one of few, and I think that he does a great job at timing blocks, a great job at not jumping when people pump fake, but being able to time it when they actually do leave their feet. And I think he's getting even better at moving his feet when we switch. So I think that it's going to be very scary for whether he ends up on the NBA roster next year or back here for anybody that has to be switched back onto him. And Lord forbid he wins it four times in a row if he comes back.
What is it about the Big East tournament that makes it different than any other tournament?
I think number one is because of the Madison Square Garden. I think it's the best arena in the country, in the world, in my opinion. I think that it's something that only you could dream of. Kids dream of playing in that type of arena and with that type of atmosphere. And I think that the Big East Conference this year is the best conference in the country, and I think that that's big for just the Big East as a whole. But, I mean, to play in that type of tournament and to have just those type of teams in it, I think it's a blessing for everybody. And I think that for those teams that are kind of in the bubble area, I think it gives them that, you know, that win or go home type of mentality, and it makes the stakes even higher for everybody else. So.
Some say that Baylor Scheinman deserves Big East Player of the Year. What do you like most about Baylor? What he brings on the court?
I think he brings everything. I think he's a Swiss Army knife. I think he can score, pass, rebound. I think there's nothing that Baylor can't do on the court. If you ask me, of course, I think he should win Big East Player of the Year. Not just because he's my teammate, but because I think that's what the statistics show, and I think that's what he. Just being a part of his journey, it shows that he's been an everyday type of guy, an every night type of guy. So, yes, I do think Baylor Scheinman should win Big East Player of the Year.
Trey, this is also the first time we're talking to you since Coach Mack's contract extension was announced. So, what were the thoughts in the locker room when you heard that news and just hearing that he'll be in Omaha here for the long haul?
Obviously, it's big for the guys that have committed to Creighton. I think that it just keeps Omaha in safe hands. I think that years after we're gone, I think that Omaha will still be where it's at, and I think that the Creighton basketball program will still continue to reach new heights with somebody at the helm like Coach McDermott, and I think that there's even better things to come with the future because we're just getting going. So,
Thanks, Trey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Trey.
Yeah.